Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to share the top questions I get asked as a former police officer. So if you're into it, you know, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. My why I quit my job video has kind of blown up, and so I thought I would just talk about some more police related things because I don't know, I haven't watched that video in months obviously, but I feel like there was a lot of animosity towards the job, and I quit more so because of the people I worked with and a lot less because of I just hated the job. So overall it wasn't a horrible experience by any means in the actual job. I would consider myself like a pretty patient person, and I think that that's a type of job where you need to have patience. So for the most part people tended to like me even as a police officer. It also helps that I am brown. People tend to not like people that well, you know, some people are just racist, but it also helps if you're working in, you know, a predominantly like black area or Hispanic. I'm not Hispanic, but people tend to think I was, so I kind of use that to my advantage to get close to people in a good way. But yeah, so question number one is, what's the craziest thing you've seen? So I'm gonna tell two stories because one pertains more to me and one is just kind of crazy. So the first one was this woman who, so a code 3 call, if you are unfamiliar, is basically when you see police with their lights and sirens on, that's going code 3. So it was a code 3 call at a hotel that I got assigned to. So I go to the call and I get there, and there were already a couple of police officers there, and there was a man and there was a woman, and the man had these like giant gashes, like scratch marks on his face, and obviously it was a call for a domestic. A little kid called in and said that his parents were fighting. So in Virginia, basically the way the law works, which is kind of messed up if you think about it, is basically the person who has the bigger injury is the victim. So it's like if two people are physically fighting each other and maybe the guy starts it, let's say, and I know women start it too, and that's literally the story, but let's say the guy starts it, maybe he like slaps the woman in the face, but if the woman takes a knife and friggin' slashes him, then she is the predominant physical aggressor, so she would be the one at fault. But in this situation it was very black and white. The woman was the one who caused the scratch marks and had, you know, the issue. So the guy did not put hands on her, and we even talked to the children and they agreed. So we went to arrest the woman for domestic assault, and she resisted and she did a lot of babbling. I definitely think she had some mental health issues. Her husband said that like she had some mental health issues, whatever. But she fought us pretty heavily, slammed us into, there was 4 of us and one of her. She was like nearly 300 pounds. Like, she was a large woman, and it was me and like 2 other guys and then another girl who was like kind of my same size. So she was tossing us around. She did a very good job of resisting. So anyway, she ended up being arrested. It was kind of a messy situation, but she was arrested, so I didn't think much of it. A few weeks later, she emailed my department's IA, which is internal affairs, and they are the people who review all of the body cam footage and take all of the complaints that police officers get. And she emailed them pictures from my Instagram, because that was when I was making YouTube videos and stuff, like when I kind of restarted my YouTube and kind of Instagram, whatever situation. So she emailed them pictures from my Instagram, and it was just like, they were just like basic pictures. One of them was like a picture of me and my friends with like wine glasses. This was before, also these pictures are from before I got hired. So 1, I was 21, and 2, it was before I got hired. They were in 2017. I didn't get hired until 2018. And then another picture was like my friend and I posted, like we were just like standing on either side of a no trespassing sign, and it was on some train tracks. But it's so funny that like the no trespassing thing is super funny, because I remember we were like too scared to actually like go on the train tracks. We literally just posed next to the sign to like look cool. But yeah, she sent those to the police station, and they like called me and they were like, this woman's sending us pictures from your Instagram, like, you're not in trouble, but just wanted to let you know. It's like, okay. So then I had to put my Instagram on private, and I found her on social media and I blocked all of her pages so she couldn't find me. So that was my first crazy story. And I think, you know, crazy kind of just depends on what you consider crazy, if that's like people fighting or death or like mental health or, you know, whatever you think is crazy. But the second one is very interesting. So there was a couple that I knew of who constantly got into domestic disputes, and it was typically the man who was the physical aggressor. And one time we went, it was like another code 3 call. We went, he had like beat the crap out of her, and she was like a tough lady too, so I was like, why are you with this bum ass dude? But anyway, you know, he got arrested, etc. So I know when he got out of jail, she called him over and stabbed him for beating her up. So that's that. I just find it very interesting. All right, so question number 2, very, very hot question. It's, have you ever shot anyone, and have you ever been shot at or hurt, etc.? The answer to both questions is no. I only ever pointed my gun at one person, and they obliged. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I never went to a situation where, like, other than people trying to like resist arrest, I never really had anyone hurt me or try and fight me. I had people aggressive on calls where like I wasn't the person that they were aggressive towards. But yeah, no, I mean, the only time that I ever took my gun out, besides the one time where I actually had to point it at someone, and then when you get a call for an alarm, you're supposed to take your gun out and, like, just in case there is somebody there, it's just like, I guess, good to have it out. I don't know, that's just how they trained us. The next question is, did you have to get pepper sprayed / tased? And the answer to both is yes. And if I can find the videos, I will definitely put them in here. I was looking earlier and I couldn't find them, but I'm gonna dig a little deeper and see if I can, because I was the class historian, so like I should have all the videos. I'm just not 100% sure where they are. But yes, we first got pepper sprayed. So for legal reasons, I had to crop out pretty much the entire video, but here's me getting sprayed initially, and this is what I looked like at the end. So it was like a chemical munitions day, so we got clear out gas, we got I think it was tear gas. I don't know if those two are the same, but they were different, if that makes sense. So the first thing we did was they sprayed clear out all in this little barn, and we had our gas masks on, and then they made us take off the gas masks, and they asked us questions, and we were literally just like choking to death. Then the gas made me throw up. It was so bad. It was just like this white puff of gas. I think I do have that video. I might. We'll see. But yeah, that gas was just like a big puff of smoke and made everybody gag and throw up. And then the last thing we did was we all got pepper sprayed. So what they do is, and I really, really hope I can find the video because it's very fun. Well, fun to watch. But they basically take it and they do it in a Z, so they do it like right above your eyes, and they do it like that because they want it to drip into your eyes, because they are the devil. They are demons, actually. So, and you do it with your eyes closed, so they just like spray all over your eyes, and then you open them, and my first immediate reaction was like, okay, this is fine. And then it was just like, it progressively got worse. And I remember, because you have to punch this like punching bag a couple of times, and then you have to like put handcuffs on someone while being pepper sprayed, and then we had to go and do 20 push-ups before we got to rinse our eyes. So I did all of that, and I remember when I was putting the handcuffs on, I was just like, I was blinking so much and just literally dying. And honestly, that wasn't even the worst part, because it was so cold outside, which was great because it really helped with like the heat of the pepper spray. But they gave us hoses, so I was literally like just had my eyes wide open with like just water running in, and then once it was all out of my eyes, I just stood in front of a fan, and honestly I was like pretty okay after that. The worst part was when I got home and got in the shower, and I was literally screaming because it reactivated, and it was so much worse the second time around. It was very, very, very bad. So yeah, bad. And then for the taser, I actually got tased on my birthday. So fun. We graduated from the academy on February 13th of 2019, and then we had to come back for taser training on the 14th. And taser, like the getting tased was optional, but basically they made it an option only for people who had been tased before, so everybody who had gotten tased before opted out. So yeah, I opted in basically because I had to, but I did that. They have the guns, the taser guns, and it's 2 little prongs. They didn't like poke us with it. It was like, it wasn't like gun to skin. It was like the ones with the prongs and the strings. So I will tell you what I remember, and then I'll tell you what happened. So what I remember is I heard the gun go off, I felt it go into my back, and your whole body just tenses up, and I just felt this one specific part in my back just felt, it is like, it's an indescribable feeling. It is super painful, but it's indescribable. I mean, you simply can't move. And I don't know if I was off the ground or not, but I remember thinking in my head, like, I don't remember seeing colors. I thought like my eyes were closed, and I was just like, literally just like that. When I watched the video back, I was screaming. So that should tell you how painful it is. I will say that it's better than the pepper spray, because the only reason I would say it's better than the pepper spray, if the pepper spray only lasted 6 seconds like the taser does, I would say pepper spray any day. But the taser lasts 6 seconds where pepper spray lasts hours. So yeah, the taser was really rough. Not as rough as the pepper spray, but it was not fun. And then we actually had one person in our class who got hit by one of the prongs, and then they also did like they took the gun and put it on him, which was like, I guess it was more centralized to the part of it that they put him on, and they did it on purpose just to mess with him. But yeah, I think that's it for like the top questions that I get asked. I get asked a lot of things, but I feel like these ones were like the most commonly asked questions. I'm not really sure if you have any more, leave them down below. I would love to answer questions. I feel like I did a lot of interesting stuff in the job, and I did it for almost 3 years, so I saw a lot of things, did a lot of things, so I feel like I'm very well versed in what I could talk about. So that's it for me. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.